and gentlemen, Trey Armstrong. Let's hear it one more time for your CBU men's basketball seniors. us for the generous $28.5 million gift, the largest in CBU's 73-year history. Tonight's Western Athletic Conference matchup is between UTRGV Vaqueros and your California Baptist University Lancers. Tonight's game is presented by Alpha Business. At this time, we ask that you please stand for the presentation of our nation's colors by the Cal State University San Bernardino ROTC. Then remain standing for a word of prayer and the performance of our national anthem by the Woodcrest Christian Choir. Let's pray. Our Father, we thank you for this day that we can come together and enjoy this athletic fellowship. We thank you for these two teams, the institutions that they represent. We pray that everything that is said and done tonight, both on and off the court, will glorify you. Please help all the competitors play to the best of their ability. Keep everyone involved in tonight's game free from any injuries. We ask this all in the name of your Son, Jesus. Amen. Thank you, Woodcrest Christian Choir. And now the starting lineup for UTRGV. At guard for the 6'6" senior from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, number 1, Justin Johnson. At guard, the 6'3" sophomore from Sydney, Australia, number 4, Will Johnson. At guard, the 6' freshman from McAlester, Oklahoma, number 5, Andante Holloman. At forward, the 6'7" junior from Jacksonville, Florida, number 11, Aaron Freeman. And at forward, the 6'8" junior from Los Angeles, California, number 15, David Williams. Head coach of the Vaqueros is Matt Krieger, assisted by Chris Buchanan, Dean
the top of Kipning, and the foul.
Fowler Event Center once more as we've got California Baptist men's basketball taking on UT Rio Grande Valley here on ESPN+. It is the final home game for the Lancers of the regular season. Also senior night, which we'll talk more about the seniors throughout the broadcast. So the Lancers can finish up the home campaign on a winning note because next up is WAC Vegas. The Lancers come in at 15-14 overall, 7-9 in the WAC. UTRGV, 15-15 overall, 6-11 in conference play, but they have won 4 of their last 5, so the Vaqueros come in playing some pretty good basketball right now. CBU coming off a very tough road trip at Texas. A couple losses there against Sam Houston, 56-45, and then at Stephen F. Austin, 80-58. So the Lancers trying to pick up the scoring tonight here against RGV. We'll see if they can do that. Let's take a look now at the Altura Credit Union starting lineups. We'll start with the Vaqueros. They'll run out like this for head coach Matt Figger. Justin Johnson, the leading scorer in the WAC, and Will Johnston, another one of the big-time scorers in conference play. They'll be together in the backcourt. Adante Holloman, Aaron Freeman, and Dalen Williams, your Altura Credit Union starting 5 for RGV. For CBU, it looks like this for head coach Rick Croy. Riley Batten, Taryn Armstrong, Blondo Chiqueño, Reed Nottage, and Hunter Goodrick. Reed Nottage and Riley Batten, 2 of the 5 seniors that were celebrated right before the start of this game here at the Fowler Event Center. There's head coach Rick Croy trying to fire up the troops. Last time we'll see these guys at home in conference play. Let's take a look at the Jensen keys to the game tonight between the Vaqueros and the Lancers. Squad goals, field goals. And that tough loss at SFA this past Sunday, only Blondo Chiqueño and Scotty Washington had more than 2 baskets made in the game. Who's going to make the field goals on this squad? And the senior send-off. Expect a big game maybe from Reed Nottage or Trey Armstrong, and we'll see what they can do tonight. And finally, Johnson and Johnston. We told you, Johnson is the leading scorer in the WAC at 20 points per game. Meanwhile, Will Johnston with the T is averaging 15 points per game and coming off a game in which he scored a career-high 36. These guys can flat out score. Speaking of scoring, CBU opens up the scoring 2-zip the other way. The Vaqueros, the basket and the foul for Freeman. Quick start here, barely, 24 seconds into the game, and each team with a bucket. And Freeman goes to the free throw line for the Vaqueros. Free throw is up and is off the mark. We'll stay tied at 2 for now. Lancers ball. Taryn Armstrong brings it up the floor for CBU. Taryn driving inside, the floater up and good. And California Baptist takes the lead 4-2. CBU in the home whites, RGV in the visiting orange uniforms. Johnson, 3-pointers off the mark. He's trying to win the regular season scoring title in the Western Athletic Conference. Just under 21 points per game right now. In fact, he's the only player averaging more than 20 in the WAC. Rebound by Williams. Johnson on the wing. He's defended by Reed Nottage. Reed Nottage spending 4 fantastic seasons here at CBU. One of those seniors honored before the game in the starting 5 for head coach Rick Croy. Vaqueros come up empty on that possession. Back the other way, Taryn Armstrong. Back to the legs to Hunter Goodrick. Right back to Taryn. Hands it off on the wing to Reed Nottage. Nottage back out to Riley Batten. Jumper good for Riley Batten. He knocks it down. The grad transfer from the University of Utah also celebrated here pregame. Gives the Lancers a 6-2 lead. Holloman. Back up top to Williams. Left-handed 3, no good. Rebound, Taryn Armstrong. Taryn up top, defended by Johnson. What a matchup there. Batten hands it back off to Taryn. Drives in for a closer look. The runner off the window, no good. Rebound Freeman. Johnson the other way in transition. Around Batten, puts it up. That one's no good. The tip in is also off the mark. Remains 6-2 CBU. The Vaqueros have missed 4 field goal attempts in a row after getting that bucket by Freeman early on. Batten, right-handed jump hook. That one's off the mark. So after a quick start here by both teams, cooling off a little bit, Johnston with the basketball. Inside, Williams leans in with the right, rattles around, and falls into the cylinder for Dalen Williams. Makes it a 6-4 game. Dalen Williams leads the team in rebounds, leads the team in steals, does a lot of the dirty things. So Johnson and Johnston can do a lot of the scoring damage. Speaking of Johnston, the drive and the kick out to Johnson on the wing. Defended by Taryn, driving right down towards the baseline, tangled up with a couple Lancers out of play, and it will be CBU basketball. Substitution, Malik Wade, Trey Armstrong, the senior, and Scotty Washington all into the game for head coach Rick Croy. Scotty Washington coming off 13 to lead the Lancers in a tough road loss at Stephen F. Austin on Sunday night, February 26th. But back home trying to heal those wounds and get ready for conference tournament action. WAC Vegas coming up. Reed Nottage, the fake, drives inside, the drive of the pass taken away by the Vaqueros. Hulleman through his legs, drives right. And there's a foul on the Lancers. It's going to be on Scotty Washington. It'll be Vaqueros ball from the baseline. RGV has missed 6 of their last 7 shots. Johnson posting up on Nottage. A little fadeaway jumper, no good. Tipped around, and the Lancers have it. Taryn across the timeline. Taryn around the elbow, back up top to Scotty Washington. Washington stops his dribble, back up top to Taryn. Goes inside. Malik Wade works left then right, off the window. Good for Malik Wade, a nice post move. Makes it an 8-4 CBU lead. Hulleman, deep 3 on the way, short. Taryn Armstrong on the wing, stops his dribble. Out pops Trey to give him some help. Into the corner now to Reed Nottage, fires off the 3, it's good! Nothing but Nottage, and it's 11-4 CBU. Reed Nottage, one of the most prolific three-point shooters in CBU history. Jump ball. And we've got a timeout here in Riverside. A hot start here on senior night for the Lancers. They lead 11-4 on ESPN+. And welcome back to the Fowler Event Center here at California Baptist University. Let's take a look at the Dutton Buick GMC Impact players, going with a couple seniors here for the Lancers, and these guys have been on campus for a while now. Reed Nottage and Trey Armstrong, two of the top scorers, three-point shooters we have seen here in a Lancer uniform, and actually both players close to 1,000 points in their career. And for RGV, you won't find a better scoring duo in the conference than Will Johnston and Justin Johnson. They're right up there with a couple good ones up there at Seattle University as well. And those are the Dutton Buick GMC Impact players tonight. RGV ball, Holloman defended by Washington. 11-4, Lancers on top by 7. And the foul's going to be on Taron Armstrong. CBU shooting 5 of 10 from the floor early on here in the first half. Also out-rebounding the Vaqueros, 9-5. That one bouncing around won't fall in for Johnston as he's still searching for his first points of the game, as is Justin Johnson, the conference's leading scorer. Darius Ward has checked in for the Vaqueros. Where's number 0? Wade, another nice move in the post. His second bucket of the contest pushes that lead up to 13-4 for the Lancers. Freeman 3, that one is good. Freeman now with 5 points. Taron Armstrong with it. Malik Wade, who's put in some great minutes already from off the bench. Three-pointer by Washington, no good. Trey hustling to the ball with Johnston out of play. Substitution here. Batten and Chiqueño return. And for the first time tonight for RGV, Dima Zador. Zador, the 6'10" grad transfer from Grand Canyon. Originally via Ukraine. RGV with the basketball, Johnston. Williams working on Batten, goes to his left. No good, rebound Wade. Chiqueño's pass picked off by Johnston. He jumps the route. Johnston in transition all the way. It won't go, and Wade hauls it down. Chiqueño. Back out to Trey. Batten. Back to the basket. It's Wade. Defended by Zador. Back out to Batten. Batten to his left. Takes it at Ward. Puts it up. No good. The follow-up attempt gets stuck between the rim and the backboard. 13-18 on the clock. The foul's going to be on Ward of the Vaqueros. And that'll send Riley Batten to the free throw line. Recently surpassed 1,000 career points in his career. And first one for Batten's no good. CJ Jackson checks in for RGV. And Hunter Goodrick in for Malik Wade on the CBU side. One more coming up for Riley Batten. Second free throw for Batten. It's up and good. 14-6 CBU. Now in the box score, it says RGV has 7 points. On the scoreboard, it says they have 6. We'll try to get some clarity here, warning these upcoming timeouts. Holloman drives inside. Nice left-handed move. Somehow slipped inside that defense. Puts it up, makes it 14-8. Chiqueño up top, running the offense. Goodrick trying to hold on to the basketball. A couple of Vaqueros get in there, jump ball. And that'll give the ball back. No, we'll stay right here with CBU. It'll be CBU ball from the baseline. Oh, we got a substitution here for the Vaqueros. Number 13 checking in, Sherman Brashear. Chiqueño from the baseline. Into Goodrick. Goodrick driving to his left, puts it up and in. Hunter Goodrick extends the CBU lead. It's now 16-8. Lancers still shooting the ball very well here in the first half. 7 of 14, and there's the answer by Holloman. 16-11. RGV can score, no doubt. Trey Armstrong on the other end. His three's off the mark. Good to see Trey, his family here tonight. Terrence's family as well, right? Here for senior night. Washington has it for CBU. Up by 5 right now against the Vaqueros. Trey will try again. That three-pointer off the mark. Batten tries to bring it down. Zador trying to poke it loose. And we got another media timeout here in Riverside, where the Lancers still hold the lead on senior night, 16-11. We'll be right back.
T-shirt off.
And let's take a look at the WAC basketball standings. And right now, Utah Valley on top, trying to hold on to the regular season conference title. They are 1 game up on Sam Houston. Southern Utah, who the Lancers will finish out the regular season on the road in Cedar City. They're at 11-5, so is Stephen F. Austin at 11-5. CBU at 7-9, and there's RGV trying to keep ahead of Utah Tech. The Vaqueros at 6-11. Those are the WAC basketball standings as we're in the final week now of conference play. Here comes WAC Vegas. I've already had a lot of people telling me tonight they're heading to Las Vegas for the conference tournament. Can't wait. In fact, the WAC just unveiled what the court's going to look like. Looks very nice. Lancer ball from the baseline. Terren into Goodrick. Over to Batten, hands it off to Chiqueño. Circles back in. Stood up there by C.J. Jackson. Batten tries the three from the wing, no good. Tipped out into the hands of Terren Armstrong. He'll try the three. That one is no good. There is a whistle. It's going to be on Hunter Goodrick. His second personal foul. And that'll send Goodrick to the bench. In comes Malik Wade for the Lancers. Freeman checks back in for the Vaqueros. In for Zador. RGV with the basketball. C.J. Jackson hands it off to Johnston. Lancers up by 5. From the wing, three-pointer off the mark for Ward. Riley Batten, three-pointer, no good. Malik Wade trying to come down with the basketball, finally does the putback and draws the foul. Malik Wade already with 4 points in this game and 3 rebounds. Take a look at the replay. Very aggressive and active on the offensive glass, Malik Wade. Wade at the free throw line for the Lancers. 4 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 minutes of work for Malik Wade. Make that 5 points. Justin Johnson back in for RGV, joined by Dalen Williams, Ward, and CJ Jackson check out for head coach Matt Figger. Lance up as the second free throw is on the way, and that one rims out on Malik Wade. RGV with the basketball. Johnson over to Johnston. Into the mid-post to Williams. Digs down in the right, no good. Taryn on the other end. Taryn Armstrong with 4 points. So far, Blando Chiqueño's three, a little bit long off the back of the iron. Three-pointer on the way. That one also off the mark. Both teams have cooled off here. That was Brashear for the Vaqueros. Taryn on the other end takes it inside the basket and the foul for Taryn Armstrong. That snaps 7 consecutive field goal attempts without a bucket for the Lancers. Taryn goes up and draws the whistle. Makes it 19-11, California Baptist, and Taryn at the free throw line. Reed Nottage back in for CBU. And the free throw is good. 20-11, strong start here for CBU. Defensively doing a good job on a very high-scoring RGV team. Plays it over the top to Williams. Nice pass and the finish as Aaron Freeman gets it. Good ball movement here by RGV. Williams to Freeman. See if CBU can answer on their possession. Chiqueño draws the foul. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Every time Chiqueño drives inside, it's something acrobatic. Blondo Chiqueño will find himself on the free throw line with 9:43 to go here in the first half. First one for Chiqueño is good. As a title partner and as part of their commitment to the WAC, Hercules Tires is donating $1 for every free throw shot made during this year's basketball regular season. The donation will be used to benefit student mental health initiatives conference-wide. Hercules Tires, mental health strong. 21-13, CBU on top. Although they're just 1 of 9 from three-point land. And Malik Wade protecting the rim, but the foul's going to be on Wade. Good effort there. Going inside was Johnson. There was Wade to meet him. Did get a hand on the ball, but some contact as well. And that'll put Justin Johnson at the free throw line, looking for his first points of the game.
At the line for the Heroes, Justin Johnson.
Johnson, the conference's leading scorer at just about 21 points per game, misses the first free throw. Washington checks back in for CBU. So right now your 5 on the floor for the Lancers looks like this. Nottage, Trey Armstrong, Taryn Armstrong, Riley Batten, and Scotty Washington. Second free throw for Johnson is good, and that is his first point of the game. Taryn brings it up the floor for CBU. Oh, he has his pocket picked by Dalen Williams. To Johnston, back out to Johnson on the wing for 3. That one's no good, and Taryn hustles over to grab the rebound. It was Dalen Williams with the steal on the other end. Oh, Trey Armstrong. The tray and the foul. Take another look. Taryn dumps it off to his brother Trey. He fires it away, and Trey with the tray and the foul. Pushes that lead up to 10 for CBU. And Trey at the free throw line, and there is your 4-point play for Trey Armstrong. 25-14, California Baptist. Only appropriate that Reed Nottage and Trey Armstrong have the 2 3-pointers for CBU so far. 2 of the top 3-point shooters to ever put on a Lancer uniform. Johnson drives in, has it poked away, taken away, Washington. Washington showing off the handles up top, over to Trey. Drives inside, little scoop shot. Oh, the lay-in won't go for Trey. Inside. Oh, nice move, Aaron Freeman for 2 more. Freeman with 8 points, that leads RGV. He's got 8, Holloman with 5. Taron Armstrong from long. And a timeout called by the Vaqueros. 28-16. The Lancers are on a roll. Taron Armstrong from the wing. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Sarah. I'm from Moreno Valley, California, and I've been with Altura Credit Union since 2017. Family time is extremely important. Being able to just pull my phone out and just go right on the app while the kids are over there doing whatever they're doing, I'm able to just go on the app really quick, transfer money, or check my account, see if my deposits went through right away. With my Ascend checking account, I'm also able to check my credit score. I don't ever have to worry about anything in my bank account. Did I mention it was free?
Popping like the top off a bottle and I ain't stopping yet. Baby, it's a brand new day. Ain't no clouds hanging over me. Something doesn't feel the same. The rest of my life gonna start today. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. The rest of my life.
Introducing bubbly sparkling water. Crack a smile.
And welcome back to Riverside. 28-16 Lancers on top. Let's take a look at the Altura Credit Union Athletes of the Week. You can root for the credit union that roots for you. Altura Credit Union, proud sponsor of CBU Athletics and presenter of the Athlete of the Week. Our Athletes of the Week are from CBU Men's Diving, Gael Jimenez, and CBU Women's Basketball, the one and only Trinity San Antonio. There's Trey Armstrong, one of the all-time greats, 950-plus career points. The CBU Division I leader in games played and 6th all-time in 3-pointers made. Trey Armstrong has certainly carved out a tremendous career here at California Baptist. Substitution for the Lancers. We see the return of Malik Wade in for Riley Batten. From the baseline, Vaqueros have it, but they are down by a dozen right now. Johnston. 3-pointer is good, and Johnston dials up from long distance. He checks into the box score. He had 36, a career high against Tarleton the other night. That was an overtime win for RGV. Reed Nottage on the other end with the left hand. We know he can shoot the 3, but he's not afraid to go inside. Reed Nottage makes it 30-19. Nice pass over the top, down low. Freeman gets it. Makes it a 30-21 game. The Vaqueros have made 3 consecutive baskets. CBU's made 4 of their last 5 as the offense has ticked up here. Taryn Armstrong's three-point attempt, no good. Rebound, Williams. Williams taking it the length of the floor. There's the offensive foul as Trey Armstrong takes the charge. Williams right into the chest of Trey. And that'll give the ball back to the Lancers with 7:03 on the clock. Taryn Armstrong. Over to Reed Nottage. Here comes the three off the side of the iron. Oh, there's Malik Wade bringing new life to the Lancers on this possession. Wade, left hand, no good. Tipped out of bounds. They'll say last touch by RGV. Substitution for the Vaqueros. Zador is back. In for Williams. Malik Wade, 5 points, 5 rebounds in 6 minutes of work. Taryn finds his brother Trey for 3. That's some brotherly love. Sets him up for the three-pointer, and Trey sinks it. 33-21. You gotta love that for the Armstrong family, who's in attendance tonight. Johnson up and good. His first field goal of the game. Started 0 for 5 from the floor, but Justin Johnson gets his first bucket. It's a 10-point game. Taryn inside to Malik Wade. 2 more for Malik Wade. You're not gonna be able to take this guy off the floor. He's putting in some good minutes right now for head coach Rick Croy. Holloman, the basket and the foul. Holloman's gonna go to the line. He's now up to 7 points in this game. Substitution. Chiqueño and Batten back in for the Lancers. Holloman going to the free throw line for RGV. Freeman with 10 points right now for RGV to lead the way, but Holloman's chipped in 7, trying to make it 8 right now at the charity stripe. It's good. Back down to a single-digit lead for CBU. 35-26. RGV has made 5 consecutive field goals to trim that Lancer lead. On an offensive foul here on Chiqueño. Vaqueros ball. RGV shooting 11 of 27 from the floor. CBU 13 of 31, so they're right around 41-42%. Johnson. That one off the mark. Back the other way with the Lancers. Batten dumps it off to Trey. Stops around the elbow. Give and go with Riley Batten. Johnson clears his back. And there's no foul on the play. Head coach Rick Croy shaking his head. There was a lot of contact, but no whistle. You be the judge. Trey, nice pass to Riley Batten, and Johnson goes soaring over his head. Vaqueros ball. Holloman. Back out to Johnston. Johnston driving inside, puts it up. That one will not fall. 5 minutes to go here in the first half. 35-26 CBU. Batten. And the offensive foul called on Riley Batten. Riley Batten, one of the seniors, the grad transfer, as we mentioned, from Utah. Joe Quintana not dressed out tonight, unfortunately. The grad transfer from LMU also being honored tonight. So we got Trey, Reed, and Riley all on the floor right now, all playing their final home game for CBU. Holloman backs it out. Holloman over to Johnson, defended by Reed Nottage. Johnson up top, 5 on the shot clock, puts it in drive. Fadeaway jumper, no good. Good team defense there by the Lancers. Johnson now just 1 of 8 from the floor. We're approaching the 4-minute mark. Lancers working with a 9-point lead. Taryn gets Zador in the air, puts it up, draws the foul, almost got the bucket as well, but 2 free throws coming up for Taryn Armstrong. We got a timeout here at the Fowler Event Center at CBU, where the Lancers lead by 9 on ESPN+.
What's up, Lancer fans? I am here.
Welcome back to Riverside. The Lancers lead 35-26 against RGV. Taryn Armstrong already with 10 points in this game. One of the seniors, Joe Quintana, as we mentioned, unfortunately not dressed out for this one, but man, he has been a great addition for one season here for the Lancers, the transfer from LMU. In fact, he's one of the top 3-point shooters from the West Coast Conference, has over 1,000 career points, and has consistently been one of the top scorers for CBU this season. And he is a 3-point marksman, but unfortunately not here tonight, but hopefully we'll see him in WAC Vegas. I know they still got the road game at Southern Utah. I think that's Friday, I want to say. But, man, if they could have him for the conference tournament, you just never know. Just got to get hot at the right time. And that'll send Taryn Armstrong to the free throw line for the Lancers with 3:59 to go. Taryn's first is good. So right now, Taryn's got 11 for the Lancers. Freeman's got 10 for the Vaqueros to lead the way for both teams. One more coming up for Taryn. And he knocks that one down. 37-26. Lead back up to 11 for CBU. Played inside to Freeman. Defended by Goodrick. Spins to his right. Will they give him the continuation? Oh, the basket is good. And he's going to go to the free throw line. Nice move by Aaron Freeman. 37-28. Freeman now with a dozen. So between Freeman and Taryn Armstrong, they're putting on an offensive show as Freeman hits the free throw. So Freeman's got 13. Taryn's got a dozen. Goodrick. Defended by Freeman. Back out to Trey. Trey for three. Long. Rebound Johnson. Johnson hangs in the air, puts it up, and finally falls in. Timeout called by the Lancers. It's going to be a 30-second timeout called by CBU. They are up by 6, but something didn't sit right with head coach Rick Croy. Johnson now with 5 points. Taryn Armstrong with a dozen right now to lead CBU. What a stat line, 12 points, 6 assists, and 4 rebounds for Taryn Armstrong right now, really taking control on the offensive end. He's such a great distributor, but really looking for his shot tonight. Taryn Armstrong with a dozen points to lead CBU. The second closest is Malik Wade. Wade's got 7 from off the bench. And there's head coach Rick Croy talking to Taryn Armstrong. Maybe showing out for the family here tonight at the Fowler Event Center. Get 2 Armstrongs for the price of 1. Trey and Taryn, they're both on the floor right now for CBU. Into the high post to Nottage. What a pass to Taryn! And the dunk by Taryn Armstrong. Something about us putting graphics on the screen, they always seem to do something pretty spectacular right after that. Taryn now has 14. Freeman gets tangled up. There's going to be a foul. I think it's going to be on Goodrick. Oh, they're going to say it's on Trey Armstrong.
First personal.
That's going to send Freeman to the free throw line with 2:50 on the clock here in the first half. All signs point to the foul being on Goodrick, but I guess the Lancers dodged a bullet there because he's got 2 personal fouls. That would have been number 3. Coach Figure looking on as Freeman misses the first. 39-31. Here was that last play. Trey and Goodrick were in the neighborhood. They get Trey with the foul. 1 more for Freeman. Second rattles home. 39-32. So it's a 7-point game right now. California Baptist is led by as many as a dozen. Taryn. Taryn already with 14 in this game. Reed Nottage goes inside, stops on a dime, puts it up. No, Hunter Goodrick, the offensive board. Plays it back out to Chiqueño. All kinds of contact there. Chiqueño taking on about 3 different vaqueros on his way to the cup. And he'll go to the free throw line.
First personal, 19.
Chiqueño.
At the line for the Lancers, number 3, Blondo Chiqueño.
Blondo Chiqueño at the line. First is up, the first is good. Malik Wade back in for Hunter Goodrick. Wade has a point for every minute he's played. 7 points, 7 minutes of work. Second free throw by Chiqueño is good. 41-32. Chiqueño 3 of 4 from the free throw line here in the first half for CBU. As a team, the Lancers 9 of 12 from the free throw line, so finding a way to draw the fouls and get to the line and make it count. Johnson, relatively quiet first half for him. They go inside to Freeman, tipped around, Taryn comes down with it. They swing it into the corner, there's Reed Nottage. Nothing but Nottage for the Lancer senior, 44-32. Freeman, the putback, no. And there's Blondo Chiqueño coming out with it. So that lead back up to 12 for CBU. Oh wait, take that, rewind it back. The lead back up to 14 now for CBU. Head coach Rick Croy out on the floor. Take a look at Blondo Chiqueño. Slowed it down, then puts it into another gear and drives to the rim for 2. 46-32 CBU. Chiqueño now with 5 points. That was his first field goal of the contest. And CBU on a 7-0 run. Reed Nottage closing in on 900 career points. He's a great 3-point shooter. Also all WAC in the 2020-2021 season. Posted the second triple-double in program history. You can see some of his stats there. Just a flat-out great shooter. From the field, from the line, from the three-point line. And between tonight's game and the final road game in Wack Vegas. He's probably going to cross over 900 career points as a Lancer. He's got 8 tonight. Is it Grandma Night? I'm not sure what the theme is tonight here. I'm trying to figure that. Or Moo Moo Night? It's fun. That's all I know. Oh, it's senior night. Not like a senior like I've been at CBU 4 years and I'm going to, graduate. No, a senior as in like I'm 65 years old and I'm retiring senior night, I guess. I get it. That's good. That's good stuff. Vaqueros with a miss. Lancers back the other way. Oh, Blondo Chiqueño, get in there. The spin move for Chiqueño. I tried to warn you. When he goes inside, anything can happen. 48-32 Lancers. Oh, nice drive and dish from C.J. Jackson to Freeman. Foul on the play, but that was a really good look from Jackson. But on the previous possession on the other end, Blondo Chiqueño. Man, that guy's must-see TV when he drives inside. You just never know. Blondo Chiqueño now with 7 in the game. Aaron Freeman at the free throw line for RGV with less than 1 minute to go here in the first half. First one's off the mark. Substitution. Ward back in for the Vaqueros. In for Johnston. And Goodrick in for Malik Wade. CBU on an 11-1 run over the last 2 minutes. Pushing that lead back, or up to 16, their largest lead of the game. Freeman cuts into it a little bit by hitting the second free throw. 48-33. Taryn on the other end. Knocked out of play. Last touch, though, by RGV. It'll be CBU ball. Taryn with 14. Maybe by design, Coach Croy said, hey, be aggressive on the offensive end. Look for your shot, because he has 5 of 11 from the floor for Taryn and those 14 points. 35 seconds and counting. Taryn defended by Freeman. 8 on the shot clock. Taryn fakes with the right. It's good for Taryn Armstrong. He had one thing on his mind the whole time. I'm taking the shot. I'm going to finish. And now he makes it 50-33. 17-point lead for the Lancers. Holloman for 3, and he's fouled by Reed Nottage. 3 seconds on the clock before the break, and Holloman's got 3 free throws coming up for RGV. He's had a big first half. 8 points for Holloman. 3 of 6 from the floor. Freeman's got the 15 to lead the Vaqueros. Holloman hits the first. Looks like the Lancers are going to make another sub here in just a moment. Malik Wade at the scorer's table as Holloman fires off the second free throw. That one is good. And here comes Malik Wade in for Reed Nottage. Nottage checks out with 8 points, 4 rebounds, a couple three-pointers. And Holloman hits all 3 free throws for RGV. So those were some big points for the Vaqueros. At the horn, Taryn's long 3 just misses, but it's a big lead for the Lancers here at halftime. California Baptist leads the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley 50-36. We'll take a break here on ESPN Plus. When we come back, we'll have your Magnolia Heating and Cooling hot play of the first half. And welcome back to the Fowler Event Center here at California Baptist University, where the Lancers lead by a score of 50-36. And we just had a recent name change here of the Event Center, thanks to a very large and generous donation from the Fowler family. Dale E. and Sarah Ann Fowler making a sizable contribution, $28.5 million, the largest gift ever to California Baptist University. So the Event Center, now known as the Fowler Event Center, and very special, and what a tremendous gift to the community, and certainly here to CBU. All right, right now the Lancers are up by 14 here at halftime. They had a lot of big plays, but only one could be the Magnolia Heating and Cooling hot play of the first half. And let's check it out. Into the high post, Reed Nottage, right back to Taryn Armstrong, and there is the dunk. Great ball movement by CBU. Taryn, little give and go action with Nottage, and he finishes with the dunk. That's your Magnolia Heating and Cooling hot play of the first half. Taryn with 16 points in the first half. So that's the Magnolia Heating and Cooling hot play of the first half, but there was a lot of great plays. When we come back here at the Fowler Event Center, we'll take a look at your Pepsi halftime highlights and stats. CBU on top by a score of 50-36 here at the break. And welcome back to Riverside. It's still halftime here between CBU and RGV. The Lancers up by a couple touchdowns, 50-36 at the break. Take a look at the Pepsi halftime highlights. There was a lot for CBU. Taryn Armstrong contributing in a big way, 16 points at the break, and he found a way to affect the game in several different factors. There's Riley Batten from the outside, one of the seniors here being celebrated by CBU at the Fowler Event Center. Malik Wade put in some really good minutes from off the bench. And Reed Nottage, he's got a couple three-pointers in this game. He's got 8 points. Malik Wade, once again, going to work. Little jump hook with the right off the glass and good. Hunter Goodrick working to his left. That was his one and only bucket, but he does have 5 rebounds here in the first half. And Taron Armstrong from the outside, from the inside, getting his brother involved. Trey Armstrong hits that 3 there. CBU 5 of 17 from three-point land. And there is Taron with one of those threes in the game. He is 1 of 5 from deep. Trey Armstrong 2 of 5. And Reed Nottage 2 of 3 from downtown. Let's take a look at the Pepsi halftime stats. Field goal percentage, the Lancers shoot pretty well, 45%. The Vaqueros 36%. Rebounding, the Lancers have doubled up RGV 32-16. CBU with 13 assists, the Vaqueros with 7. 3-point field goals. RGV just 2 of 8. CBU 5 of 17. The Lancers have taken a lot of 3-point shots in this game, and points to the paint also favoring CBU as they have won the battle on the boards. 24-20, the points in the paint favoring CBU. So those are your Pepsi halftime stats. When we come back here on ESPN Plus, we've got This Week in Lancer Athletics. We're catching some big air here at the Fowler Event Center. Almost time for the start of the second half between University of Texas Rio Grande Valley and California Baptist. But first, take a look at the This week in Lancer athletics, a lot going on once again. Gael Jimenez, we talk about this guy all the time. He's that good. Gael is him, as the kids would say. Men's swim and dive, he sweeps the championships. Whatever, he just won everything, basically. Gael is the guy in swim and dive. Remy Fabiani setting a WAC record in the 100-meter freestyle. Remy checking in at 42.21 seconds in the pool. And the previous WAC record was set in 1997, so that record stood for a long, long time until Remy shattered it. So congratulations to Remy and Gael getting it done in the pool. And then CBU women's basketball, the final regular season contest before the conference postseason tournament back here, right against the same school, Rio Grande Valley. That is tomorrow night, senior night at 6 p.m. And that's this week in Lancer athletics. Take a look at the provider schedule look ahead. It's not a big look ahead because there's not much left here in the season. CBU will finish up at Cedar City on Friday night against Southern Utah. And then it's WAC Vegas. The WAC tournament scheduled for March 7th through the 11th. If you win, you keep playing on. It's like a slice of March Madness, right? If you lose, you go home. If you win, you advance. So WAC Vegas coming up after that final road game for the CBU men's basketball team. All right, as we get set for the second half, take a look at the Jensen second half changes for this game. And if you're CBU, you probably don't want to change a whole lot because they put up 50 points in the first half. And they were really getting it done on the offensive end because they were dominant on the glass, out-rebounding the Vaqueros 32-16, which included 24 points in the paint for CBU in the first half. They were just dominant. And let's see, also for CBU, oh, you know what? Taryn taking over. Taryn had 16 in the first half for CBU, really looking for his shot. Of course, he's the point guard. He leads the WAC in assists, but really looking for his shot in the first half. Taryn had 16, and then defending the top scorers for RGV. They got to find a way to get Johnson and Johnston going. Right now, Freeman's got 15 for the Vaqueros, and Holloman's got 11. But Justin Johnson and Will Johnson are two of the top scorers in all the WAC. Right now, Johnson only has 5, and Johnston only has 3. So CBU doing a great job on the two big guns on the offensive end for the Vaqueros. And those are your Jensen second half changes. 50-36, CBU. Johnston brings it up for the Vaqueros as we crack open the second half here at the Fowler Event Center. Williams finally hands it off to Johnston. Back out to Holloman. He's had the hot hand. Holloman, nice move, hanging in the air. Can't finish. Rebound Goodrick. Taryn back the other way. The drive and the kick into the corner. Up top, Goodrick. Taryn Armstrong. He's got those 16 points. 6 of 13 on the floor. He's put up 13 shots in the first half. Reed Nottage for 3, and it's nothing but Nottage again. 53-36 for the Lancers. Nottage now with 11 points in the game. 3 of 4 from deep. Freeman blocked by Goodrick, but back into the hands of Freeman. Freeman going left, stops, tries to go right. Man, there's going to be a foul on Goodrick. It almost looked like Freeman jumped into the elbow of Goodrick. But nonetheless, that's another foul on Hunter Goodrick. And you take a look right there. Vaqueros from the baseline. Goodrick now with 3 personal fouls, but he's still on the floor for head coach Rick Croy and the Lancers. Double teamed. Freeman has the ball ripped away by Chiqueño. Jump ball. And the ball will go back to the Lancers. Credit Blondo Chiqueño sliding over and providing some defensive help. (53-36) CBU. Trying to erase a tough Texas road trip against Sam Houston, and Stephen F. Austin Lancers only scored 45 against Sam Houston, and then just 58 against Stephen F. Austin. They've already got 53 tonight. Foul's going to be on Justin Johnson. His first personal foul. Chiqueño, fouled by Holloman.
Second personal, second team.
Up top, Batten hands it back off to Taryn, defended by Johnson. 10 on the shot clock. Taryn stops his dribble, but goes back out to Goodrick. Goodrick back to Taryn, 5 on the shot clock now. Taryn down towards the baseline, fadeaway jumper, no good. Johnston brings it up the floor for the Vaqueros. Out to Holloman. And the foul's going to be on Taryn Armstrong. His second personal foul. Johnston with the inbound into Johnson. Just over 2 minutes into the second half, and the lead continues to grow for CBU. And Johnson misses. Johnson now for the Vaqueros, 2 of 11 from the floor. Chiqueño inside the left hand, no. Offensive rebound, Riley Batten. Batten's folks are in the house, and everybody just watched that, including his family, as Batten puts it back up, 55-36, CBU. Inside. That was Holloman, 2 more for him. And we might have another foul on Taryn Armstrong. Oh no, it's going to be on Johnson, excuse me, as Holloman checks out of the game. Holloman with 13. Holloman with 13, Freeman with 15. They've done most of the heavy lifting on the offensive end for RGV. Fouls on Johnson, his second personal foul. Taryn out to Riley Batten for 3. It is good. Riley Batten points to the crowd. I don't think it was towards me, but his family is in the neighborhood over here where I'm at. Makes it a 20-point lead for CBU. Foul's going to be on Hunter Goodrick. That's 4 personal fouls, so Malik Wade jumps up, and he's already at the scorer's table. He knows what's going down. Goodrick's going to come out in a moment, replaced by Wade, and head coach Rick Croy is actually out on the floor. Right now he's calling over, he's yelling Taz. That's Taryn Armstrong. Everybody calls him Taz. For Tasmania, as Johnson's at the free throw line and sinks the first free throw. So here comes Wade, and Hunter Goodrick will head to the bench with 4 personal fouls. Another one coming up for Johnson, and he hits. 58-40. Taryn Armstrong, defended by Brashear this time. Brashear into the game for the Vaqueros. Armstrong puts it up, fouled. And Taryn Armstrong will go back to the free throw line. Already 3 of 3 in this game from the line. CBU shooting 47%. RGV checking at 35%. Armstrong misses the first. 1 more still to go. Here comes Washington and Trey Armstrong in for Chiqueño and Batten. And the second free throw coming up for Taron Armstrong. 16 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds for Taron.
That's good for the second and 2.
And he hits. Johnston up top, over to Freeman. We'll see if the Vaqueros continue to go to Freeman and Holloman, who's not into the game right now. Steal by Taron Armstrong, trying to go all the way. The drive and the kick out to Washington. Washington on the wing, trying to get freed up for a shot. He'll drive inside the baseline. His pass picked off there by Dalen Williams. I think we mentioned it earlier, probably worth repeating. Dalen Williams leads the Vaqueros in rebounds and steals. He's a hard worker. Johnston out to Johnson. Justin Johnson trying to get a spark on offense. Williams from the outside, no good. Who will come down with a rebound? It's into the hands of Washington. Washington drives inside, left hand, no. Last touch by RGV. And we got a timeout here in Riverside. It's a 19-point lead for CBU. We'll be back on ESPN+.
When your heating and air conditioning system stops working, how do you know who to call? Call one of those big corporations and you're just a number. But at Magnolia Heating and Cooling, we treat everyone like family. That's because we're family owned and based here in Riverside. Your neighbors trust Magnolia Heating and Cooling, and we've earned a great reputation over the years. Call to experience the Magnolia difference.
For any heating and cooling repair, call 1-800-2-GET-AIR.
Popping like the top off a bottle and I ain't stopping yet. Baby, it's a brand new day. Ain't no cloud singing over me. Something doesn't feel the same. The rest of my life gonna start today. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. The rest of my life.
Introducing bubbly sparkling water. Crack a smile.
Conventional wisdom says breakfast is the most important meal. But at Provider Food Services, we believe that every meal you enjoy with us is the most important meal. Voted #1, this ideal drives us to bring you curated, chef-driven cuisine and composed meal experiences every single time. Whether you're dining with us or partnering with us, we want to give you the best and safest experience. So in these busiest of days, let's always enjoy the most important meal.
And welcome back to the Fowler Event Center. California Baptist with a 19-point lead right now on RGV with 15:42 to go here in the second half. Riley Batten, one of the seniors, being honored today. Over 1,000 career total points between his run with the Utah Utes and, of course, here at CBU. Over 500 rebounds. Season high 18 points for Riley Batten. Tonight, Batten with 8 points in the game with 7 rebounds. Might finish with a double-double. Back to live action. Taron Armstrong with the ball for CBU. Defended by Freeman. Oh, hands it off to Trey. Hanging up in the air. Jumper won't go. Malik Wade. Nobody goes harder than Malik Wade. Hustling, and I think he mixed in some breakdancing on that play. Gotta love the play of Malik Wade. He's getting some claps from the crowd as well. Look at him. Hustling for the ball, little break dancing as well by Malik Wade. Told you the guy does it all. 7 points and 7 rebounds for Wade. Darius Ward has checked in for the Vaqueros. Williams takes it inside, and the offensive foul. And Malik Wade, another feather in his cap. I think he takes more pride in taking a charge than maybe he even does make it a bucket. I know Coach Croy's a big fan of Malik Wade and what he brings to the team. Zador back into the game for RGV. He is going to replace Dalen Williams. Now we got a couple officials right now at the scores table, maybe determining who the foul was actually on. And I think it was confirmed. Yeah, it is on a Williams. So Lancer ball as we approach the 15-minute mark. CBU has outscored RGV 9-4 here in the second half. Nottage to Taryn. He's down low, trying to find somewhere to go with the basketball. Out to Trey. Scotty Washington. Washington drives, draws the foul. It's going to be on Ward. Scotty Washington will go to the free throw line, seeking his first points tonight. Washington beats Ward off the dribble. He recovers, and there's the foul. That'll send Washington to the free throw line. He was CBU's leading scorer the last time they took the floor this past Sunday night on the road at Stephen F. Austin. He had 13. The second leading scorer in that game was Blondo Chiqueño, and here comes Chiqueño back into the game. He had a dozen at SFA.
Washington for the second and 2.
60-40, so that matches the largest lead of the game for CBU right now at 20 points. Up top to Johnston. Johnston still with just 3 points in this game. That shot's no good. Rebound Wade. On the other end, Chiqueño. I didn't get a great look at that shot, but it sure looked like his back was to the basket when he flung that up on the layup attempt. And Chiqueño will head to the free throw line for California Baptist. Chiqueño hits the first. CJ Jackson and Justin Johnson back in for the Vaqueros. Zador and Johnston check out. One more coming up for Chiqueño. And he hits the second, so it's 62-40, a 22-point lead for CBU. And consider this, they haven't made a basket in about 3 minutes, but that lead still continues to grow here for the Lancers. The pass down low, Reed Nottage rips it away. So technically, I think that's a steal, but he stepped out of bounds, so it'll still be RGV ball. But a great play by Reed Nottage. Holloman. Going inside, Johnson puts it up and gets the basket. Reed Nottage was applying some tight defense. Johnson got it. He now has 9 in the game. 3 of 12 from the floor. Chiqueño over to Reed Nottage. They left him all alone, so he fires the 3, and now he is 4 of 5 from three-point land. Reed Nottage does it again. 65-42, and there's a foul. But Reed Nottage, 14 now in the game, 4 of 5 from the outside, and somehow he snuck away from any of the defenders, and he popped it. 65-42 CBU. Johnson into Holloman. Passes over to the corner, three-pointer won't fall for CJ Jackson. CBU already with 38 rebounds in this game. Riley Batten running the floor and gets the bucket, 67-42. The Lancers have outscored RGV 17-6 here in the second half. starting to pull away from the Vaqueros. Justin Johnson inside, gets tangled up. Foul's going to be on Trey Armstrong. RGV ball from the baseline. I don't know if you could pick it up with a microphone, but Coach Croy yelling out to his guys, mental toughness. They've got a 25-point lead. Don't let it slip away. Mental toughness to play with the lead. Lancer ball from the sideline. Excuse me, Vaqueros ball from the sideline. Freeman spinning to his right, and that one is good. And Freeman continues his big game. He's now up to 17. Freeman and Holloman, the only two Vaqueros in double figures in scoring right now, although Justin Johnson is now knocking on the door. He's got 9. Washington up top for the Lancers. Picked off, taken away by Darius Ward. Ward, and he flies in for the one-handed jam. Scotty Washington was trailing on the play, but didn't want to pick up a silly foul. 67-46. Chiqueño. Oh, foul away from the basketball. I think it's on Reed Nottage, who was setting the screen for Chiqueño. That's going to be his 3rd personal foul. Scotty Washington comes out. Taron Armstrong in. 12-11 on the clock here in the second half. Johnson has it for RGV. Again, he's up to 9 points, so he's picking it up a little bit here, but he's been fairly quiet. The conference's leading scorer. Jackson back out to Williams. Williams. Holloman, nice spin move inside. Wow, Holloman put it in the spin cycle. Found a way to get to the rim. Makes it 67-48, so a mild 6-0 run right now for the Vaqueros. They've made 3 consecutive shots. On the other end for the Lancers, Batten goes right, then left, puts it up, it won't go. Holloman. C.J. Jackson. Taron Armstrong goes up for the rebound, and we've got a foul. Oh, no, it's going to be, I think, on Riley Batten. We got a timeout nonetheless here in Riverside. 11-16 still to go in the second half. The Lancers lead 67-48. We'll be right back. 67-48, CBU in front of Rio Grande Valley. Reed Nottage with 14 points. In a typical Reed Nottage game, he's 4 of 5 from the outside. Classic Reed Nottage, 14 here for CBU. Second only to Taryn Armstrong in the scoring department tonight, but really doing it from the outside. CBU's 8 of 20, so that's 40%. And half of those threes coming from Reed Nottage. Dalen Williams at the free throw line for RGV, hits the first. Second free throw coming up for Williams. And there's the second. 67-50. Taryn defended by Johnson. Oh, blows past Johnson, puts him on skates. Out of bounds, but they'll say it was off the leg of Taryn Armstrong, goes back to the Vaqueros. Taryn showing his quickness and his handles. If you're a Lancer fan, you already know that. Johnson. CJ Jackson. Jackson for three. It's good. And that's only the third three-pointer in this game for the Vaqueros as Jackson connects. They're 3 of 11 now from beyond the arc. Taryn. Taryn going right. Trying to pass out of it now. He does. He finds Chiqueño with 5 on the shot clock. Chiqueño fouled by Holloman. So Blondo Chiqueño will go back to the free throw line. He's already 5 of 6 from the stripe tonight. Hunter Goodrick checks back in for Trey Armstrong. Goodrick with 4 personal fouls. Chiqueño at the free throw line. And he snaps an 11-0 run by RGV. Freeman back in for RGV. Another free throw coming up for Blondo Chiqueño, who's now in double figures in scoring. He's got 10. And you can make it 11. So CBU now with 4 different players in double figures, led by Taryn Armstrong, 17. Reed's got 14. Blondo Chiqueño with 11 and Riley Batten with 10. Down low, inside. Freeman, and 2 more for him. Freeman now with 19 in the game. 8 of 13 from the floor, so he hasn't taken a lot of shots, but he's made the most of it. Reed Nottage on the wing. Into the post to Goodrick. Faces up on the basket, goes inside, dips back to his left, plays it back out to Taryn. 8 on the shot clock. Taryn steps back for 3. Long. Rebound Jackson. Johnston, defended by Chiqueño. Johnston, the sophomore from Sydney. Shot no good for Jackson. And Riley Batten scoops it up. We've crossed the midway point of the second half. 69-55 CBU. They're up by 14. They once led by 25. RGV, though, hanging tough here in the second half, finding a way to battle back. Goodrick spins to his left, off the glass, and good. Hunter Goodrick, his second basket of the game, makes it 71-55. Johnston over to Johnson. Johnson with 9 points right now. Going inside, Freeman blocked by Goodrick, out of play. It'll be Lancer ball. So good defense by Hunter Goodrick without committing his 5th foul. That's a delicate balance. Trying to get after it on the defensive end, but still not trying to foul out. 71-55 CBU. Chiqueño. Chiqueño trying to go around a much taller Dalen Williams and draws the foul. Big smile on his face as he's helped up by his teammates. And that'll send Chiqueño to the free throw line. Zador at the scorer's table. He'll be back in a moment for RGV. But Chiqueño spending most of the night at the free throw line. Hits the first. He's now 8 of 9 from the stripe. One more still to go. Zador in for Williams. And the second is also good for Blondo Chiqueño. 73-55. Chiqueño with 13 now in the game. 9 of those from the free throw line. 9 of 10. Jackson puts it up and good. He had a three-pointer a couple possessions ago. Follows up with that bucket. Makes it 73-57, so the Vaqueros stay within striking range right now. Down by 16. Remember, it was a 25-point lead not too long ago for CBU. Goodrick back out to Taryn for 3, and it is good for Taryn Armstrong. A lot of fans putting the 3 signal up in the air as Taryn dials up from deep. Johnson, the drive and the pass to Zador, the basket and the foul. Zador's gonna head to the free throw line for RGV. When we come back, we'll step aside for a quick break here at the Fowler Event Center. CBU on top, 76-59.
What if you could spend your breaks living alongside other students, learning how to live every day like it's a new opportunity to share the life-changing hope of Jesus with anyone you meet? And what if in the process, you find your purpose, you find your calling, and this world that feels too big to change begins changing one life at a time through you? This is more than an experience. This is a new way of living. It's life on mission.
At Magnolia, we've been around so long because we're always on the cutting edge. Let Magnolia help you modernize your comfort with our new all-electric, ultra-efficient comfort systems. Magnolia Heating and Cooling, trusted in Riverside since 1951.
Hi, my name is Sarah. I'm from Moreno Valley, California, and I've been with Altura Credit Union since 2017. Family time is extremely important. Being able to just pull my phone out and just go right on the app while the kids are over there doing whatever they're doing, I'm able to just go on the app really quick, transfer money, or check my account, see if my deposits went through right away. With my Ascend checking account, I'm also able to check my credit score. I don't ever have to worry about anything in my bank account. Did I mention it was free?
Welcome back to the Fowler Event Center. CBU on top, 76-59. Right now, let's take a look at the Dutton Buick GMC drive of the game. And it belongs to the one and only Blondo Chiqueño. The drive, the spin, and a little finger roll at the cylinder, and got it to go. That's the Dutton Buick GMC drive of the game, brought to you by Blondo Chiqueño. He's a lot of fun to watch. He's having a big game tonight, doing some damage at the free throw line. 13 points for Blondo with 4 assists. 9 of 10 from the free throw line. Speaking of free throws, Dima Zador at the line for the Vaqueros. And it's off the mark on the 1-and-1. Rebound Nottage. Now a little bit of pressure here from RGV, but the Lancers get the ball up the court. Nottage comes back to help, now hands it off to Taryn. Gain a little bit of composure here on offense for CBU. We approach the 7-minute mark. Lancers are up by 17. Trying to protect that lead here in their final home game of the season. Goodrick, the turnaround, it's in time, but it's short. Vaqueros ball, Johnson across the timeline. Johnston to Freeman, hands it off now to Johnson. Puts it up, trying to draw the foul. Oh, it's tipped in. I think it was Zador who got a hand on it. 76-61. So RGV keeping it close enough to make things interesting as we come down the home stretch. Taryn. Taryn back out to Goodrick. Shot clock winding down. Riley Batten's gonna have to fire off a shot. It is in time, it's no good. Rebound Freeman. RGV back the other way. Time running out on the Vaqueros. Trying to get something going on offense. Freeman's three, a little bit long. Rebound Taryn. Taryn Armstrong right now brings the ball up the floor. He's got 20 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds. Taryn over his head to Batten. No good. Rebound Zador. So both teams have cooled off right now. But the Vaqueros, if they're going to attempt any sort of a comeback, they would have to start down the comeback trail right about now, as we've got less than 5.5 to play, and they are down by 15. Johnson on the wing. Catch and release three. It is good for Justin Johnson. He's got a dozen in the game and a timeout called by CBU. That lead getting a little too close for comfort right now for head coach Rick Croy. 5:11 still to go. It's 76-64. CBU on top, but the lead is shrinking. We'll be right back. We got 5:11 to go here in the second half from the Fowler Event Center, where California Baptist leads University of Texas Rio Grande Valley 76-64. The Vaqueros are 15-15 on the season, but just 3-9 on the road. CBU trying to defend their home floor for a final time this season. The women's team will be in action against RGV as well tomorrow night, 6 o'clock tip, right here at the Fowler Event Center. Lancer ball. Here comes that pressure from the Vaqueros. They back off a little bit. Chiqueño brings it up. Holloman's right there to meet him. Reed Nottage trying to shake off Johnson. Now he plays it into the post to Goodrick. Back out to Nottage. On the wing, Johnson tightly defending. Now Goodrick in the post, going right, stays right, passes out of it to Reed Nottage, again left alone. That one's short. Offensive rebound, Trey Armstrong got caught up in the air. Ball goes out of bounds. Looks like he's trying to make a case that there might have been some contact down there. It'll be Vaqueros' ball. RGV on a 7-0 run right now. CBU put up 50 points in the first half, but they've been outscored in the second half by RGV, 28-26. Vaqueros' ball from the sideline. Johnston into Johnson. Johnson with it with Reed Nottage defending, trying to back him down. Nottage not giving him a lot of room. And the foul's going to be on Reed Nottage, but he was doing a good job of not giving up his space. I think the official didn't like the forearm. And that'll send Justin Johnson to the free throw line. Johnson trying to close out a regular season WAC scoring title. His free throw's no good. Came in at 20.9 points per game. So just on the cusp of 21. Chiqueño has it. Driving inside, blocked from behind by Zador. Johnston to Johnson from the outside for three. That one's no good. The long bounce out to Nottage. He plays it to Chiqueño. A little stutter step, puts it up, draws the foul. And that's going to be on Justin Johnson. So two free throws coming up for Blondo Chiqueño when we come back. CBU trying to hold on at home. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Riverside. Less than 4 minutes to go in this one. Let's take a look at the Altura Credit Union player of the game. We're giving it to one of the seniors, and he's had a big game tonight. That's the one and only Reed Nottage. 14 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 of 6 from the outside. Reed Nottage, one of the seniors being celebrated here, one of the most prolific scorers and three-point shooters to ever don a CBU uniform. Trying to go out with a bang, get a win. And Blondo Chiqueño at the free throw line for the Lancers. The first one's up and good. 77-64. Blondo now 10 of 11 And the second is also good. What else would you expect? Blondo Chiqueño up to 15 in this game, 11 of 12 from the free throw line. Freeman working right, goes left, left hand up and good. Freeman now at 21 in the game. He's the leading scorer tonight. Freeman's got 21, Taryn right behind him at 20. Blondo Chiqueño as they dribble out more time off the clock. Now he puts it in drive, spins back around. It's good for Blondo Chiqueño. 2 more for him. That makes 17 in the game. CBU up 80-66, and we've got a foul. CBU is hoping for a traveling call. Instead, it's going to be a foul on Malik Wade.
21, Malik Wade. Second personal, 10th team foul. At the line for the Vaqueros, number 11, Aaron Freeman.
Freeman at the line for RGV. Trying to trim down that 14-point lead right now for the Lancers. Bouncing around, no good. One more free throw coming up for Freeman. The second, and it's an important one, and he makes it. 80-67. Less than 3 to go here in Riverside. The first game in the newly minted Fowler Event Center. And the final home game of this campaign. Trey over to Reed Nottage. Why not? We just put up the graphic, right, that he's the player of the game. Why not? That's Reed Nottage, everybody. 17 for him, his 5th 3 of the game. 83-67. Blondo Chiqueño with Justin Johnson right there on his hip. And there's the foul by Johnson. That's going to be his 4th personal foul. And Blondo Chiqueño has felt right at home at the free throw line tonight. He's going back for his 13th attempt in this game. First one is good. He's 12 of 13 from the line now. One more still to go. The second rattles home. Blondo Chiqueño, 19 points, 13 of 14 from the free throw line. Rebound, Chiqueño. And we're about to hit the 2-minute mark. CBU's lead has been pushed back up to 18. It was once a 25-point lead here in the second half. To the Vaqueros' credit, they did battle back. They made things interesting, just could not close the gap. 3-pointer no good, rebound Zador. RGV back the other way. They're gonna have to play with some urgency, maybe put up some threes. I don't see the white flag out yet by the Vaqueros. Foul's gonna be on Malik Wade. RGV gonna fight to the finish here with 1:33 to go. RGV now holding the advantage inside with 40 points in the paint compared to CBU's 32. And Freeman's a big reason why. He's got 22 in this game, and they've all come from close range. First free throw is good for Freeman. (85-68). And the second for Freeman. 24 for him. Chiqueño up to Trey. Chiqueño with it. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Lancers up by 16. Chiqueño goes inside, over Zador, no good, but tapped outside, and Trey Armstrong hustles it down. And we'll stay on this end with CBU with 60 seconds to play. Seven on the shot clock. Chiqueño over to Trey Armstrong. Get in there. The senior, Trey Armstrong, makes it 88-69. Trey Armstrong having himself a ball game as well. Good to see Reed Nottage and Trey Armstrong, who've been so instrumental to this program the last several years, helping him through this Division I transition process. Head coach Rick Croy going to come out a victor in their final home game of the season, trying to carry that momentum into a tough place to play. Southern Utah, Cedar City is difficult. Kiana Rasmussen in.
Number 33, Kiana Rasmussen.
Let's see, there's a bunch of Lancers out here. Let's see who's in and who's out. Wade's coming out, so it's Rasmussen, Chiqueño, Trey Armstrong, Hunter Goodrick, and Reed Nottage. Freeman at the free throw line and misses the first. 43 seconds to go. Cheerleaders will have plenty to cheer about after this one. The CBU is going to improve to 8-9 in WAC play. If they can win on the road at Southern Utah on Friday, they would finish up WAC play an even 500. Washington in, Reed Nottage out, and Reed Nottage getting a lot of applause from the crowd, the senior being recognized by the home fans one final time here at the Fowler Event Center. 88-70 CBU. Chiqueño with the basketball, dribbling out as much time as possible. That 18-point lead, safe. Trey Armstrong for three, a little bit long. Rebound to Williams. Johnston brings it up, looks over to head coach Matt Figger. And it looks like they're going to run the offense one more time or dribble out the clock. Holloman has it for the Vaqueros. 5 on the shot clock. Puts up the deep three. It's no good. Rebound, Goodrick, and that is it. The Lancers win their home finale by a final score of 88-70. Taryn Armstrong popping off for 20 points in this game to go along with 7 assists and 5 rebounds. Blondo Chiqueño added 19. Reed Nottage with 17, including 5 3-pointers tonight. For RGV, it was Aaron Freeman popping off for 25 to lead the way for them. CBU is going to improve to 16-14 overall, 8-9 in the WAC. RGV is going to fall to 15-16, 6-12 in conference play. Next game coming up at Cedar City, Southern Utah. In fact, that's the final conference game of the year. And then it's right on to WAC Vegas, March 6th to the 11th. And we'll see if the CBU men and women can make a run and win a conference tournament title, and that would punch your ticket to the big dance. The seniors being honored, and it was a special night and a big win for CBU. So thanks for watching. My name is Pep Fernandez saying so long from Riverside, California, where the final score is California Baptist 88, University of Texas Rio Grande Valley 70. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.